All right, guys, what's going on? We are here. We are live. It's a live stream on PokerTube, on Poker VIP. My name's Joeingram1, aka Chicago Joey. We haven't done one of these PokerTube podcasts in a minute, but we are now back. We're going to try to work on some type of regular schedule here, talking with different guests. Not quite sure what this format's going to be. If you guys don't know much about me, I do a lot of live streams, a lot of podcasts on YouTube where I do interviews. I have a community of people. We come, we comment, we talk. We have a good time. So I'm going to start doing some more stuff over here on PokerTube and with the Poker VIP. And I also have my blog on Poker VIP in the forums. If you guys haven't read that, it explains a bit more about me. And I don't know, man. I had a bunch more to say. That's all I want to say right now. My guest today is longtime No Limit player, currently a Red Pro on Full Tilt. He earned this status by being a very, very big beast grinder and playing a lot of volume, playing a lot of hands, debatably having good results. I'm not quite sure if that actually counts for the requirements to get Full Tilt Red Pro. Does that count, Mark?
It's part of the component, yeah.
Okay. Well, his name's Marc Kennedy. His screen name on Full Tilt's playing with Dream. I don't know. He must have. He's probably like 14 maybe.
There wasn't enough letters. There's some limit on the letters, so I had to chop a couple out. But it's playing with dreams with a couple of letters missing.
We'll call him playing with dreams for the sake of the podcast here. But yeah, so we are doing this live, and obviously I'm wearing a T-shirt. For those that are confused why I'm wearing a T-shirt, it says PokerTube on it, baby. And I've got the authorization to give out some PokerTube shirts. Aren't we fucking excited? I'm excited. These things are cool. I wear them to the gym sometimes. People are like, "What's PokerTube?" I'm like, let me sit down and tell you what PokerTube is. And we have a 35-minute conversation about PokerTube. And it's very exciting. So, but yeah, me and Mark, we're going to talk a little about today. We're going to talk a bit about how he became Red Pro. We're going to talk a bit about how he's played poker for the last 10, 8, 9, 7 years.
Yeah, it's about that. Getting on for a decade now. It must be 8, 9 years or something like that.
All right, we're going to talk about that. We're also got some topics we're going to bring up. So this, for those people that usually tune into my stuff, you know, this is going to be maybe a little bit different. A lot of the guys on PokerTube with some of the stuff I've done in the past, they kind of like a little bit more strategy. You guys know we hate talking strategy, but we're going to talk a little bit of just basic strategy for live players, for micro stakes, no limit players, yeah. And I'm very red right now because I just got done playing basketball for 2 hours and my face is like 2 different colors. So yeah, everyone hates the stream. Everyone hates the sleeves. We are live, as I said. We're on YouTube right now on the Poker VIP account. You guys can comment. Questions, any comments about life, about love, about the heart, about the soul, about how you get a sick beard like Mark has.
Are we liking the beard? I've been working on this for a good few months now. This is like the public release of the beard.
Dude, that beard looks fucking sick. You don't even look like the person I've seen before in real life and your photos.
I know, I'm rocking the sheep homeless look. So.
Well, you're married. You can look homeless at this point. A kid like me, obviously, I'm single now. I gotta look like this. A kid like you can.
Yeah, you gotta put the effort in, man. I'm 5 years in the line. I can relax a little bit, grow the beard.
It's true. So okay, let's tell a bit about who you are, Mark. Explain who you are for those that don't know. You've been playing poker for about 8 years. We don't gotta get into your whole crazy life story, but just tell a little bit more about who you are, what you're playing now, and how you became a Red Pro on Full Tilt.
I mean, I started out originally playing like pub league poker. They used to have these like pub leagues back in Australia, so just like free to play, you turn up and you just play with friends, whatever. So that got me interested in poker, and then I don't know, 6 months down the line or whatever, I found online poker, and I pretty much just sat down and joined a couple of games and ran really, really hot for like my first 30 or 40,000 hands. I basically ran hot long enough to get good at poker. I was really, really fortunate. And from then, I just never really looked back. So I just sort of grind my way through like 1-2, 2-4. Got as high as playing some 10-20, 25-50 before Black Friday. And then after that all happened, everything kind of got messed up for a little while. So I played a little on PokerStars and didn't do as well on there as I did on Full Tilt. So I was pretty excited when Full Tilt came back. And that's, I don't know, like a year after Full Tilt came back or something, they announced this competition, and they basically devised a strategy or a formula where they were going to award points for basically the amount of big blinds that you've won off people in the games. And different people are worth different amounts of points. So they have like a ranking system. Okay, so it works out that volume is like a huge component of this formula. So you have to grind a lot and play well for, like 3-4 months, and then you get a sponsorship basically, and you get 100% rake back, a fancy red name on the site, and you get to live the life like I am.
So what's this life? You tell us a little more about this life you're living here.
Well, you get to sit in front of your computer all day and click a lot of buttons and not do much else, and that is the life.
Well, guys, I know some of you out there are, you aspire to you have these dreams about, one day making a lot of money, living around the world, traveling around the world, and if you want to hear that story, we're not going to talk to Mark about that, obviously, because he's going to tell you.
I mean, I've done the traveling and stuff, but that was before this competition. I mean, this competition is just, like, it's all-consuming, I've had to pass up on so many trips. I think I got to a UKIP in Dublin in February, and that is the only live poker I've played for maybe like 3 years or something, 2.5, 3 years.
So what's your kind of day-to-day process like? Are you just putting a lot of hours trying to maintain the Red Pro status then? Yeah,
basically it's wake up, sit in front of the computer and just play until I can't play anymore. It really is just a case of putting in huge amounts of volume basically, and if somebody else is matching you for the volume, then you need to be better than them, so have a higher win rate essentially, or a very high variance style is also a good strategy in this competition.
Sounds kind of interesting. I wish PokerStars had something like that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, they sort of do. They have like the team online thing, but that's a lot more to do with like the sort of surrounding stuff to poker, right?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with skill level, I don't think. Team.
Yeah, that's true.
We got some interesting people as team online players.
Yeah, so I mean, I actually spoke to the head of marketing at Full Tilt when I was over there for the UKIP in Dublin. I got to meet him briefly, and he said he wanted to make something for the the grinders out there, like the guys who are really putting in the hours day in, day out. Mm-hmm. And they've done that to some extent. They've given a little bit of spotlight to, I think there's probably been about 35 or 40 different players who've won a sponsorship now. There's only 2 of us. There's me and one other guy from, I think, the Netherlands, actually. He's a PLO player who have won all of them. There's been, I think we're in the 4th one now. Mm-hmm. And only me and him have so far managed to maintain it every time.
What's his real name? Do you know?
I don't know his real name. His screen name is Mad Sicko Head. He plays like low stakes PLO, so up to 1-2. And then my category is the rush high, so 1-2 and above in rush, no limit. Although I do get to play some PLO as well, because the rush PLO games count. So when they run, I play those as well. You'll be happy to know. We eat, sleep PLO around here, so we are all for a no-limit fun player like yourself coming over to join us on the dark side of Pot Limit Omaha, my friend. You're more than welcome to come anytime. I am definitely a fun player when I'm playing the PLO, but it's worth a lot of points to me in the leaderboard, so I play it whenever I can.
That's true. I gotta get some shout outs. I love giving shout outs on my live streams. Who we got? I see some regulars here. We got my boy out there. We got a couple names I don't recognize. Guys, if you're new to the stream, if you're new to the community, we try to be positive around here. We're a positive community. We're trying to be fun. I think there's enough stuff out there. Enough people's lives they're sitting around. They got some problems at home. Maybe they're stressed out about money. When you come watch one of the live streams, we want you to have fun. Try to get involved sometimes if you want to. I know some people are passive involvement and they watch these passively. They don't really want to get involved. Some people are active. They like to comment. They like to talk shit. If you talk shit, we might ban you though, because we like to keep it positive around here. But if you do say something to us, the people might get mad at you. So just watch what you say. Or I might ban you, because I love banning people. There's nothing more that gets me excited than banning people. So I'm not sure what that says about me, but. Yeah. Who else we got? We got Ben Hellstrip. What's up, Ben? Ben submitted. Have you seen my poker life cadet contest we're doing? It's basically people are.
I saw your recruitment video. I saw that briefly. The like 2 or 3 minute long recruitment video you did.
Yeah, it's basically a contest we're doing where it's people are submitting videos telling us why we should choose them as a cadet, and it's me and a team of 4 other people, and we're just gonna basically try to help them become more efficient at poker, efficient at life. Better mindset, better at poker, work harder, just get them kind of in a better place. So we've got a couple submissions for that already. Ben Hellstrip he submitted one to us as well. D-Seep did, and we got a couple other submissions on the way. So I'm excited about that.
It's pretty cool. It's a nice idea the way you got the sort of poker and life going on. I think it'd be interesting to see the results. So.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we try. We try to instill, a more positive lifestyle, a different way of looking at things. I don't know, man. I wish like something like this was around when I was coming up in poker, because I would have loved it. I was such a noob back in the day, and now debatably I still might be a noob, but I feel like
I remember Chicago Joe back in the day playing the full ring no limit before he was the big famous PLO star.
Shut the fuck up. Tell us more about this full ring guy, Chicago Joey, that you used to remember from PLO or from No Limit.
We played a little on PokerStars back in the day. I don't think you ever played on Full Tilt too much, did you?
Nah, didn't play in there.
No, I played with you a little bit back in the day.
I was probably a big noob, wasn't I?
I think then you were playing like 1-2, and I was playing like maybe 3-6 and 5-10 mostly when I was on Stars back then. So I don't think we overlapped too much, but you were a character.
Still debatably still a character, that's for sure.
He's got the swagger, that's for sure.
That's true. Alibaba says nice beard. A little bit of love for the beard. We got one plus
I'm
one.
appreciating all the positive feedback for the beard. I'm not sure. The girlfriend's a big fan of the beard, but I kind of feel just like a homeless bum most of the time, so I'm not sure how long it's going to stay for.
I feel like there's a fine line between homeless and like cool. And you kind of like on that. You might be on the homeless edge right now. I feel like you could get it to the cool, but it's like a close spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it still needs a little bit more work.
You might need a beard coach. I mean, maybe run some beard simulations, figure out proper beard GTO, and then establish what's the most plus EV beard for you.
That sounds like a lot of work, but a lot of fun too. So let's work with that. Let's go for the GTO beard strategy.
Definitely need some GTO beard strategy. Who we got? Okay, John Lundy. What's up, John? John works for Poker VIP. He's very. If you post in the Poker VIP forums, which I post on there sometimes in my blog, John's always on there. Poker VIP John. He asks how many hands and what is his win rate during the period? Okay, I guess on an average competition time period, how many hands you put in, how many hours you putting in, and what kind of win rate you have during this period?
Well, the very first competition, I was playing about 120,000 hands a month, and my win rate was about 6.5 big blinds per 100. The second competition, I had to up my hands to, I think, the first month I played something crazy like 270,000 hands in a month. So I had a positive win rate actually. I don't know what it was. It was small, like 1.5 big blinds or something. But I mean, obviously, basically, as hard as somebody is pushing me is the amount of hands that I play. So the harder I'm being pushed, the more I play, but the smaller my win rate. And obviously, there's kind of a balance there because I got the 100% rate back now. So the more I play, the more I earn anyway. So.
You're making me want to come out there and push you, kid. Does PLO count versus you?
There's a PLO leaderboard, kid. You could win that one.
I'm trying to come in the streets against you. I'm trying to push you, man. We need someone to push you.
You can stay on the PLO side.
You sound secretly lazy in a way. You're like, whatever I need to have to do to win. I mean, I'm not really trying to do anything extra. I'm just trying to win, and that's all I'm trying to do.
Dude, I'm the secretly laziest person ever.
God, it's so sick, man. It's so sick.
I'll do whatever it takes. Like, if whatever it takes is 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'll do it. But if it only takes 6 hours a day, I'll do that as well.
And you could actually apply that to starting to have some success at poker, because for some people to have some success when you're at the micro stakes, when you're at the small stakes, when you're trying to make it from a recreational to a full-time player, you need to have that mindset. You'll do whatever it takes. 12 hours a day. I mean, some people, you say like 16 hours a day, people are like, I'm not fucking playing poker 16 hours a day. But for some people, that's kind of what it might take for you to end up establishing yourself as a poker player and potentially having long-term success.
I mean, my kind of philosophy in life when it comes to work is everybody's working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, right? If you want to get ahead, you got to work more than that. You can't slack around. So if you want the nice life and the pretty car and the nice girlfriend and all that comes with it, you've got to work harder than the next guy.
I say this all the time, man, especially in poker. So you look at let's look at poker, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's a prime example.
Right. So okay, let's break it down from here. So let's say you're a recreational player out there, right, wanting to make it at poker. Joe, Mark, how do I make it at poker? You asked. Okay, well let's look at some poker players. We got a bunch of players playing, professionals playing maybe 8 hours a day. We got some recreational players playing 4 to 6 hours a day, right? So now here you are. How do you get ahead of those people? Well, the one way you can really try to get ahead is just by working harder, putting in more hours, putting in more hands, getting better faster, putting in more work away from the tables. Basically, just like Mark says, is looking at the people around you, see how hard they're working, and then trying to work harder than they are. And you can define work in a couple different ways, obviously, when it comes to poker. But I guess you pretty much agree with that philosophy, right?
Yeah, I mean, you need to set a benchmark. So you kind of you find somebody or sort of something that's doing the right thing, and then you try to at least emulate that, and if possible, take steps to go beyond that. So I remember, you maybe remember him actually, the guy Jimmy V. He used to post a lot on 2+2 back in the day.
That's my boy, Jimmy, in Chicago.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy, right? He used to do Supernova Elite every year and work a full-time job, like a full-time job, and Supernova Elite, and there's guys out there struggling to just do Supernova Elite.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading he did like a well or something, it's like years ago, and that was really inspirational to me at the time. I just thought, Jesus Christ, like I'm doing this wrong. I'm playing like 50, 60,000 hands a month, and this guy's just absolutely crushing life. So that was a bit of a turning point for me, sort of back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I was always looking for something to kind of get my teeth into, and Supernova Elite just seemed like too big a challenge, for a year or whatever. And this competition came along, and each segment was only 3-4 months long, and I was like, this is perfect. This is right up my alley. This is just the amount of time that I can concentrate and focus on something for. And I just went from there.
Jimmy V, man, that guy's Mark kind of explained a bit about him, but he's a guy from Chicago who used to work at an actual legitimate career in the city here in Chicago, and he still played Supernova Elite Volume and still won a really good win rate at 3-6, 5-10, no limit.
Yeah. He was crazy good as well.
He was a machine grinder, but he worked 10 hours a day at his job. It made no sense. I didn't have him actually on a podcast because he's the man. Jimmy V's the man.
Yeah, people can learn a lot from guys like that. People who just crush life. They just don't let anything get in the way.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe him. Who else we got out here? We got Max. What's up, Max? Ben says, "Are you Australian, Mark? You are Australian, correct? Do you live in the UK, but you're Australian?"
No. I was born and bred in the UK. I went to Australia when I was 18 for what was supposed to be a gap year. I don't know if you do it over there, but in England it's quite common before you go to university, you take a year out and do some traveling and just have fun or whatever before you go and study for a few years. Anyway, I went to Australia, and I ended up falling in love with a chick over there, and decided to go to university in Australia instead. So I switched my course and studied in Australia for a few years, and then in my final year I quit university and played poker for a living.
Are you still in love with this girl? Is this the girl you're married to?
No. I am actually engaged currently to an Australian girl. We've been together for 5 years, but the original girl that I moved to Australia for, who was actually English, living in Australia, bizarrely.
What?
But no, we broke up. Years and years ago, 7-8 years ago, or something like that.
I feel like I met your girlfriend before with you in Vegas.
You've met my fiance. You've met Kim.
She was kind of had a little swag to her, right? She had tattoos or something like that. Is that her?
She's got a few tattoos, yeah.
I don't remember. I'm shocked I remember this. I don't know. I just remember you had an accent. I was like, where the fuck are you from, Sparky? And you're like, I'm from Australia. I'm from UK, but I live in Australia. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never heard an Australian accent up until that point. This was years ago, and I saw you at Rio, and I was like, yeah. Who someone said, Joey, F you sold out. Now you're streaming on Training YouTube account. Man, shut the fuck up, man. Come on, kid. Cage, he's one of the live stream regs. We ain't selling out, man.
Joey doesn't sell out.
First of all, there's a method to the madness. It's not like I'm a training video. I'm not teaching y'all how to beat 5, 10, 10, 20 PLO. This is branching out, man. You gotta branch out. Poker VIP. I love the community. I love the guys over there. I've known a couple of the guys for a bunch of years, and they approached me a couple months back with doing some stuff for them. So here we are, man. If you listen, man, we positivity. If you want the negativity around here, we can hit you with a ban. That's fine. You know, we love banning people. So that's all I got to say about that. Daniel says, Joey, can you ship Eat Sleep Pilo stuff to Europe? Of course, we can ship Eat Sleep Pilo stuff to anywhere in the world, man. What's up, John Allen, Papi, Daniele? Who we got? I see a couple new names here. Yeah, I see a couple new names. Herman, what's up? He ain't new. But yeah, man, I don't know what I'm my head's all over the place right now. I just got done, like I said, playing ball for 2 hours, and my face is two different colors. I can't think very clearly. But do you watch poker videos? Like I see you smiling all the time. Do you watch poker videos at all ever on YouTube? Do you ever watch like Big Hands or like TV shows or anything like that?
It's funny you say that, actually. I watched my first video or poker cash game, I guess you'd call it, online the other day. It was the 2014 Aussie Millions cash game with WCG Ryder.
Yeah.
And Joeingram1, Patrick Antonius and stuff. It was on PokerTube, actually. I was watching that 2 or 3 days ago. That's the first bit I've watched in ages. I used to love high stakes poker. Do you remember that show?
Oh, that was my favorite show ever.
Everybody loves that show. I don't know why somebody doesn't bring it back. It's the best poker show ever.
I know. Well, obviously you mentioned PokerTube. Coincidentally enough, that's this podcast is for. But that's what I remember about PokerTube, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do something for them, was that you know, back in the day when I was a young pup, I was playing live. I was losing at live 1-2, and I was playing 10 cent, 25 cent, and I used to really enjoy watching videos. I watched poker videos. I watched not really training videos, but I watched like entertaining videos all the time. And PokerTube was like my site, my go-to site. So I was thinking about, and that's when they said, you want to do something for them? And I was like, I'd love to, because this used to be like my favorite site to come to watch different shows and different things like that. But I've noticed as I get more deeper into my poker career, I actually watch less and less poker stuff. Not sure why that is. Do you feel like you're that way?
I am. I'm the same way. I don't really watch strategy videos or anything like that. And
Yeah.
there's kind of just no good TV poker, or not much good TV poker. I don't really enjoy watching tournaments. I mean, it's just a luck fest. You know, anybody can win a tournament. So the cash games are what I enjoy watching. You know, the super high stakes cash games where you got some like good personalities on there. You know, you can learn a lot from people like Antonius Fandiari and stuff when you watch them on high stakes poker. You know, those are fun guys to play poker with. You know, you don't mind losing your money to people like that.
That's actually, man, you're like a segue king. So we spoke on this before. We actually recorded a PokerTube podcast months ago, and for some reason it didn't upload to my channel, unfortunately. But one thing that we talked about, that I've talked about I try to talk about this with most live players, is the idea that when you're playing live poker, to kind of mold yourself into a Antonius Fandiari kind of person where the fun players don't mind losing their money to you, where it's like they kind of enjoy losing their money to you because they enjoy being around you, hanging out with you, and playing with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, people don't enjoy losing money. It's not fun. But they do enjoy being entertained. And poker is can be a very, very fun game to play. So if you help make the game fun, people will want to play with you. Like, when I started out, I had this brief interim period when I was going from the sort of pub league to online, where I played at the local casino. And people used to enjoy playing with me. Like, I had fun. You know, these guys would come in, and, you know, they'd be doctors or lawyers or whatever. They'd come in on the weekend, and all they want to do is sit down and tell some stories, have some jokes, you know, drink a couple of beers and play some cards. And if you can, you know, be amicable to this guy and, you know, have a bit of banter with him, you know, you can have some fun, and you can sit there and you can win your money and pay your bills at the same time. You see a lot of these kids, and they just come on, and they're like, you know, they're either sat there playing on the phone, or they've got headphones on, listening to music or whatever. It's like, who wants to be sat next to a guy like that? You know, have a bit of personality and speak up. And, you know, there's some interesting people in the world if you just give them a chance to talk, you know.
I think that's one of the biggest takeaways I've got from. I haven't played too much live poker in the past, but I am planning to play a live PLO event at the World Series Poker Circuit this Sunday. I'm probably going to win that. I'm calling it now. But that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I'm going to go bring my headphones, and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm just going to go there. I'm going to talk. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to get a massage the whole entire time, of course, because my right arm's been hurting. I've been pulling so many fucking nubs all day long grinding. That's a very subtle reference to a 2009 video I made on YouTube. And if anybody got it, I love you. And if you didn't get it, that's okay. I still love you too. But yeah, that's the biggest takeaway I've taken, is that playing live poker, I think it's more fun for me. Obviously, some people out there are not very outgoing, or they're not the type of person that strikes up a conversation with a guy next to them and is like, they don't know what to talk about. What are the common go-to topics? Sports. What do you do for a living? Have you ever traveled? Do you like to fuck women? What's that?
the first one is obviously what do you do for a living? Quite often you'll find somebody's got a fairly interesting job. Maybe they are a doctor or a lawyer or something. If you can't find something to talk about with a guy that saves lives for a living, there's plenty of interesting people out there. Just start talking to them. They want to talk to you. They didn't just come to this casino to play cards. They came here to have fun and be entertained. They want to talk. They have things to say. You just have to let them.
Yeah. Kind of came to get away from their job, the stress, their wife, their kids, their family, their friends. This is where they come to.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. I was playing in a casino in Melbourne. It was Crown Casino, actually, years ago, back when I lived in Australia. And I was there with Kim, and we were just playing some 1-2 live no limit or something for fun, right? And this chick, she, just your completely standard woman, fairly quiet, hadn't really said much, whatever, 40 years old, just sat there playing the cards. And she gets this phone call, and you're allowed to answer your phone at the table. I don't know whether you are in most casinos, but you can in Melbourne. So she answers her phone, it's her husband. And she's told her husband that she's out shopping for the day. And I swear to God, in my entire life, I have never seen somebody lie with a straighter face ever. This perfectly normal, just nice normal 40-year-old woman just sits there and lies plain face to her husband. Oh, I'm just still out shopping. I just got a few more bags. You can come and pick us up. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The best bluff ever. Puts down the phone, just carries on with the card game. But obviously I can't not talk about this conversation that she's just had with her husband. So that was a trigger point for a half-hour conversation, and we went back and forth, and that was a fun game. We sat there and we just chatted or whatever. Little things like that can be the trigger for half an hour or an hour's worth of conversation.
So you're talking, and you're listen, I'm not trying to fuck around with you at all. I know you're gonna lie to me straight to my face, but we get a conversation about some different topics because you seem like you might be an interesting person because you can lie with a straight face like that.
Yeah, no shit.
You call her out on her line, you'd be like, how do you do that?
Oh, honestly, man, I can't even describe how good this was. She just reeled off this 3-minute perfection story of what she'd been doing, and she hadn't. She'd just been sat there playing cards for the last 3 hours. It was just amazing.
That's pretty awesome, man.
And just you'd never expect it. She was just the quietest, most normal person ever,
Yeah.
It was just beautiful.
I don't know. This is not totally unrelated. I just thought of an idea because I was going through a conversation I had with Stuart, who works Poker VIP. Then he took her home. Wait, did you take her home? You didn't take her home, did you?
What? No.
Wait, hold on a second. Wait, you had a girlfriend at the time, right?
Yeah, I was playing cards with Kim. This is some 40-year-old woman. I don't do the old girls. That's not me.
Wait a second. What's wrong with old women grinding? You're not an old woman grinder or what?
Dude, no.
What?
No, you're gonna hate me. I don't do the big girls. I don't do the old girls.
You don't do big girls?
No. Dude.
Oh my God, 160 or below, gotta go. 160 or above, we show you love, man. You a big girl out there, you struggling to find a man, you come hang out in our live streams. We got a community of guys ready to take care of you and make you feel like you're the fucking woman, man.
Dude, I converted 160 into kilos and nearly fainted. I was like, no way.
I don't know what that translates over to kilograms, but 65.2 kilograms or above, we show you love. Is that right? Is that how I do it? Did I do it?
It's something around there, yeah. It's big enough.
So we've recently, I don't know if you watched it, we watched a live stream with Tim Stone, who's a Nolman player who lives in Thailand. He was telling us about this thing called Ladyboys, which is...
yeah, I've been to Thailand. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you've got a little ladyboy grinding experience.
Oh, no. That's not my style. I've seen the ladyboys, they're walking up and down the street, but
Did they show you a receipt that proves they're a ladyboy?
Dude, you see the Adam's apple. It's the giveaway.
Hmm.
That is how you tell. I swear to God, these ladyboys, you would not know they were boys if they didn't have the big lump in the throat. That is the only way you can tell. Apart from that, they are beautiful girls. And obviously the bit between the legs, obviously, that's still there. But
Somebody dubbed it two pair earlier. When you take home a ladyboy who's also a big girl, so you take home a ladyboy and a big girl. It's called two pair. I was like, that's awesome. I'm in. Like I'm trying to make two pair. I want to go to Thailand.
You need to develop like a full set of hand rankings. I wouldn't even like to think what quads would be.
That's what I was wondering, because you know we love backdoor quad draws around here. We love an immediate quad draw, but we love a backdoor quad draw. So we need to think about how I can make a quad, how I can make quads. Maybe like old woman, if she's an old, big ladyboy, then we need like a fourth qualification for quads. Wow, if you make quads, you are a fucking legend. Wow. Old, ladyboy, and a big girl. What could
I don't know what number 4 can be.
Wow, this has to be fucked up, this fourth one. This has to be really fucked up, but...
I'm thinking of a couple, but I don't want to say.
You represent full tilt. Please keep it casual on your end. Let me get a little ratchet with the comments. But yeah, okay, the idea I had. So, Poker VIPers out there. This is for the Poker VIP guys. If you got an account on PokerTube, I don't know if you count. I gotta just think if you count. Poker VIP guys who post in the forums, who are active in the community, who are maybe watch some of the videos on there, the free training videos. You guys are up. You guys can do this. I'm gonna set up 5 heads-up PLO matches. Me and you are gonna 2-table heads-up PLO for. It's gonna be a short sample size, whatever. But it's gonna be. It's not gonna be a sit and go because I don't fuck around with sit and go. So it's gonna be us 2-tabling for approximately 20 minutes. Play chips. Whoever's up. If you beat me in that time period, well, then you could just kind of fold your way to the win in that situation. All right, let's just make this easy. Best of 3, heads-up PLO sit and goes, me versus you. If you beat me, you get $50. So this is for guys that are active on Poker VIP, who watch the videos, who kind of partake. If you're just some guy who signed up right now, I got to ask the people. We'll think about letting you in. But we're going to do 5 of those, and I'm going to make a thread on Poker VIP after this podcast is over. I'm not sure how I'm going to choose the people, but we'll see. I'm going to live stream those on Poker VIP, the site, and that'll be kind of fun. And also, I'm doing some hangouts with Poker VIPers as well, where you guys are come on. You guys can tell your poker stories, ask some questions, get some answers about life, about love, about the heart, how to dance, how to sing, how to fuck, how to do whatever y'all want, whatever y'all got questions on. It's fine. I know a person. So, yeah. Sorry, Mark. I got to do my little spiel, man. You know what's up, man.
It's alright. You got to pay the bills. That's cool.
Yeah, you know we got rent to pay. We got moves to make, man. So going forward here, what's your plan for the rest of the year? Have you already got this contest locked up?
This one that's currently running, I mean, I've pretty much got it locked up. There's not really anyone trying to beat me at the moment, so that's pretty cool. As for the future, I mean, I'm hoping one day maybe Full Tilt will split me up into a full-time contract. That'd be pretty sweet. But apart from that, I mean, if that doesn't come to fruition anytime soon, I'm just going to keep grinding, keep trying to make the money and pay the bills.
I like it, man. So you just kind of work hard, keep on status quo. I mean, you've been around for a long time now. I think once you get to, I mean, I've been playing for
life. Just make the money and pay the bills, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Would you say you've officially sold yourself to Poker VIP? Come on, Trent. What you? This is the Poker VIP. This is the goddamn Poker VIP podcast. This ain't on the goddamn Joeingram1 YouTube channel right now. Come on, son.
I don't understand all the hate.
No, it ain't all the hate. They're just ain't used to me like representing someone. Usually, I just represent myself. But this is for Poker VIP, man. I don't mind working out with some people. See, the reason I like Poker VIP is because these guys are hungry. These guys are working hard. They're actively trying to get better. The community is really cool. Obviously, you guys know I'm big on community. And, man, hold on. Gotta ban some motherfuckers here. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm excited. Whew.
Taking out the ban hammer. Let's do this.
I love banning people. I can't get enough from banning people. So, Luke asks, "What's up, Luke?" He says, "Sup, Joey? Can't stay long. Just log on to ask Mark who he thinks the top 3 players in the 400 Rush No Limit games are."
Well, is this the Rush reg asking me?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, I'm guessing it must be. Who are the best? I don't know. I mean, that's pretty tough. Like, I'd say I'm probably one of the best. I mean, I hope I am if I'm winning this competition time in, time out. I'm kind of reluctant to say who gives me the most trouble, but I guess Ruttenage, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Rutinage or Rutinage or something. He seems reasonably decent, but he's got a few leaks. I mean, there's some pretty good players. Pat Amagat, he's reasonably decent, but probably just too nitty. I don't know. I mean, I can kind of pick faults with all of them, I guess. So.
Well, the question is the top three, not
there's not really one that's
faults.
There's not really one that stands out for me as like absolutely amazing or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit overly harsh here, but Pharrell maybe. I guess Pharrell's pretty solid. He doesn't make a huge amount of mistakes.
I don't know who any of these people are, but
Yeah, I mean, this means nothing to 99% of the people listening. So,
yeah,
but for that one guy, I hope he enjoyed the answer.
What are your thoughts on reverse blockers? Do you think reverse blockers are a prevalent part of your game and your strategy going forward? Do you factor reverse blockers in on your flop decisions for potentially later flop straight decisions when you might think about potential fold equity you might have with playing your reverse blockers on certain board textures in certain situations? Go.
I mean, obviously, that's the key cornerstone of any good strategy. Like, if you don't start from that point, you're really, really going to struggle.
So
You've got to be working the reverse backdoor quad draws. If you're not doing that, you're going to struggle in the games today.
One thing I've personally been playing pretty aggressively lately is the backdoor nut flush blocker, which actually isn't a reverse blocker. But I think reverse blockers is you can play reverse blockers pretty strongly in a lot of situations. I've been running a lot of reverse blocker GTO sims for PLO mainly. For no limit, I haven't really been doing too much sim work. But as a beginner, if you're like a micro stakes limit guy, you probably don't have to worry about reverse blockers too much, but definitely keep it in mind as you continue to progress up the stakes, because once you play against better players, you're going to need to find an edge somewhere. It's all about finding an edge, finding out where you can exploit the weaker players. And being ahead of the game on reverse blockers, I feel like is really going to get you ahead and really going to, set you apart when it really comes down to it, when you start playing against some good competition.
It's an important thing, Chuck. You got to do it right.
Well, it's really honestly, it's really important in PLO. It really is. Like when I have a hand, when someone 4-bets me and I have a hand like 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, now I got reverse blockers to ace. I'm calling anything. I'm excited to call there. I know what he's got. I'm gonna stack him. So that's just a generic example without getting too deep into the concept of reverse blockers. So
you don't want to give too much away. Not too much strategy on here.
Yeah, we don't. We like some strategy, but we don't like too much strategy. So I guess out there, let's say you're a guy playing 10 cent 25 cent, right? Let's say you're a guy playing 10 cent 25 cent. You're trying to make it. One piece of advice you'd give that player.
I mean, we touched on it before. Just work harder than the next guy. It's the number one thing. In poker, if you're not getting better every single day, you're getting worse relative to the field. So you've got to work hard, and harder than the next guy.
Well, that's basic, I guess.
We can go a little deeper if you want. I mean, what more do you want?
Let's go one level deeper. Not too much. Let's not go 4 levels deeper. Let's go 1 level deeper from that point.
I mean, I guess a really important thing is trying to, if you're playing with a HUD and you're playing online, you need to understand what the numbers mean. I see a lot of people, they play with HUDs and you actually ask them what a number means, they haven't got a clue. You ask somebody what a 20% range looks like, they don't know. So understanding that part of the game and actually being able to visualize a range. When somebody says to you a 10% range or a 5% range, like what is that? What's the top 10% of hands? You should just be able to know these things. And if you don't, I feel like you're really giving something up.
Oh my god, that was really strategic. Holy shit. Okay.
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Getting PTSD to coaching. I'm shaking over here.
We've got to give the poker VIP guys a little something. They want to learn. They want to get better.
That's a really good thing. That's a great thing, because I think that's as you start off, everyone's got a HUD, but I mean, I gotta be honest, I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing with the HUD numbers. I don't even play with the HUD a lot. I don't really necessarily care anymore. But I'm also playing a little bit less tables at higher stakes with the same opponents, so sometimes you don't necessarily need them.
And the micro stakes, you play so many people, like it's tough. Nobody's got that good a memory.
That's true. My memory's shot by now because too many 24 tabling hours. So, what's your setup like? John asked, what's your setup like? What are you working with? You got four 85-inch monitors over there. What do you got?
I mean, mine's, I guess, fairly basic. I've got two PCs. So I have a specific poker PC, and then my surfing the web PC, which is what I'm on now, talking to you guys. And then I've just got two 30-inch Dells side by side. I mostly only just use one. Playing Rush, like I don't need a huge amount of tables. You're never playing more than 8 tables, so it's not too bad.
Someone said I should call Stars Reg Problems, who's a regular on my live streams, who...
I know all about Stars Reg Problems.
Let me tell you about Stars Reg Problems. He enjoys Domino's Pizza, taking girls to fish markets, taking a girl to the dog park, eating McDonald's, pissing in a bottle on a live stream, and shitting in a bag to gain EV when he's mass tabling. So... if you guys find that guy interesting, which most people do, we can call him up. But unfortunately, he's...
I mean, I'm gonna say no comment.
Dude, he's funny, man. He's really funny. Let's see who else we got out there. We got Standard Jazz. What's up, Standard Jazz? Dirty Berg. He said, I never noticed that tattoo on your hand, Joe. What's it say? You're gonna have to catch it. Daryl, what's up? King what? What's up, King? John Allen says, worst Australian accent ever. That's me.
Dude, I'm not Australian.
No, he said I did an accent earlier that was...
Oh, yours? I thought he was saying mine.
That hurts, man. That really hurts me a lot. What else we got? Dirty Berg. This guy, Dirty Berg, man. Interesting guy. Guy's leaving some interesting comments here. Jules, what's up? Yeah. Have you, actually, I watched some... I gotta balance my advertising for the website here, but I was actually PokerTube. They normally don't put out much. This is kind of a shot at PokerTube in a way. They sometimes don't put out their own original content, but lately they've been going overboard on putting out original content because they've been put with the EPT going on in London. They've been putting out a lot of really good interviews, like between 10 and 15 minutes with different poker pros. So I watched an Olivier Biscay one, who I'd never get to hear too much from, and I watched an Ike Haxton one today. So if you guys are out there, you guys want to hear more, they've got a bunch of, it's mainly, let me look it up, it's mainly tournament players they've been interviewing. I think Ricard is the guy who does interviews for PokerTube, and yeah, he's just having in-person conversations with some people, and yeah, that's pretty cool. So if you guys are, I think Johnny Lawton, they did one with today, Olivier, one with Crown Up Guy, who I just recently had on a podcast. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. You guys can check those out. And,
I'm a big fan of Olivier Biscay and Ike Haxton. Both pretty cool guys.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they fun? Are they fun people?
Fun people. They're damn good players. They're worth listening to for sure.
I almost just fired a low-key shot, but I'm not going to fire any shots here. Bang, 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 bang. So yeah.
What be careful.
What'd you say?
I said you got to be careful on the live stream.
They're live. These comments can't be taken back. So whatever I say, I feel like once I start meeting some people, I'm gonna get some people kind of feeling some type of way about some things I've said over time. Because I have like 200 hours now of stuff. So I'm sure I might have rubbed somebody the wrong way with a comment I might have made.
And the worst bit is you probably don't remember half of it as well. So some guy's gonna come up to you, you don't even really remember, and it'll be like, "What the fuck did you say about me?" And so it's all gonna get heated.
Well, I was wondering, like, am I going to get into a fight? Like, I mean, I'm down. I'm in. I don't want to get arrested, but if I got to fight, I'll fight. I've been in fights before. It's not too big of a deal. I just don't want to.
You don't want to fight, dude.
Yeah, it's not really worth it. But I feel like I'm going to get into a fight over something I said. Like, if I spend a lot of time in Vegas or during World Series or traveling a bit, I go to PCA. Like, I definitely offended someone with something I've said, especially some of the PLO guys who aren't active in the community. If you're not active in the community and you play PLO, I might take some shots at you if you're not very good. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm worried. I'm getting scared now.
Just have to stay home, become a hermit.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm gonna have to get my squad out with me, man. Get a couple hitters with me and take care of the stray animals coming up to me and
get a little posse walking around with you. Personal bodyguard.
We got to get SRP with me. That kid's crazy, and he's kind of big, too, so that might work out well.
Dude, you should just get Patrick Antonius. Imagine just having him walking around with you the whole time. Everyone would be fearful.
Are we trying to have sex with women, or are we trying to get protection?
Dude, the guy is just scary.
So we're trying to do both in this scenario, then, right?
Sure, he can do both. It's like a double-edged sword. It's brilliant.
Hmm. Well, you probably don't think about much women GTO, do you, anymore?
I am happily engaged.
Hmm. I've been thinking about getting engaged.
You need a girlfriend before you can get engaged to.
I mean, I've been thinking about like what it'd be like to be engaged. Like, it kind of, in a way, it feels like your life's almost over.
I I tell you what, actually, it feels the complete opposite. It feels like your life is just about to begin.
Tell me more.
It's exciting. I'm actually, really excited to have decided that this is the person that, I want to pursue a sort of path through life with. And we both have pretty similar goals and ambitions, and we like enough of the same things that we have interests, but we like enough things that the other one doesn't, that we get to do our own separate thing a lot of the time. And I enjoy not having the hassle of going out on a Friday night and having to, chat up girls. I mean,
The hassle?
it was fun when I was like 18. It was fun when I was like 18, 19 or whatever, like it was a game, and it was exciting, and you could sort of like big it up to your mates and whatever. But as you get older, you just kind of realize that it's actually just so much better having a nice, steady girlfriend. Especially if you get one that isn't too crazy, it's the best.
Well, now we're really dreaming. So I mean, that's not too crazy. It's kind of,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, they're few and far between for sure. I got lucky with this one. She has her moments, but she's pretty special.
John asked a great question. What do you think about Isildur and Gus Hansen, your two fellow Red pros on Full Tilt, being down 24 million lifetime? Drinking water. He needs his water.
Gus Hansen is just a legend, dude.
I know.
Gus Hansen is a proper legend. I won't hear a bad word said about him. The guy's just cool. He was like the sole reason I got into poker. My first foray into poker was watching what was it called, WPT, and this was like back in the day when Gus Hansen would, he just came out and he was, playing all these crazy hands, or what everyone thought was crazy hands. The guy just looked cool, and I remember seeing him on WPT, and he just won one, and I was like, this is it. This is like the James Bond lifestyle that I want, and that sort of was my like trigger point to start looking for poker games and stuff like that. So I won't hear a bad word said about Gus. I don't care if he's down 100 million. The guy is just cool.
I like him.
And Isildur, I mean, dude, again, the guy is just like this mysterious, crazy Swedish legend, I mean, how can you not like these guys? These are the personalities in poker that has made poker what it is, guys like that.
I think it's always a fine line between like enjoying watching a guy play the action he brings and a guy who can't win money. Like, I don't know, I think it's kind of looked at as kind of a joke in a way I mean, I'm not sure actually how many. These are just the guys, mainly the NVG 2+2 type of crowd who look at it like that. But
I mean, you got to remember, like, Gus Hansen is damn good at poker. The fact that he chooses to play the highest stakes in the world against the absolute best players out there.
Debatably.
I mean, you know what I mean, though? Like, he's out there playing the best in the world. And, yeah, I mean, he might not be beating them, but at the same time, if he dropped down in stakes just a little bit, he probably would be. So I think he gets a pretty bad rap just because he likes to play the best.
I mean, I think he's probably okay at poker, and I obviously he's one of my favorite players. But to say that I think he could win if he dropped down to at PLO, if he was going to try to play 25-50 PLO or 10-20 PLO and win, I literally don't think that he could win at those.
I mean, I'm not really talking about PLO. I mean, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's like a no limit guy. So
if he tried to do the same challenge Daniel Negreanu was talking about, winning at these stakes, I don't think he could do it. I don't think so.
I mean, it would be interesting. I'd like to see it for sure. I mean, I don't know.
There'd be people lined up to take action. I feel like, who do I think have a better chance to do it, Daniel Negreanu or Gus Hansen?
I was just about to ask you that. I mean, I kind of feel like I prefer Gus in that battle.
I think so too. Daniel Negreanu, like.
I think I prefer Gus by like quite a margin as well.
I actually agree with you, because Gus could actually like put in sessions and grind, and he's got a lot of experience online, whether that's good or bad experience, whatever. But Yeah, I think
Like you
I'd.
can't, you can't deny he's a smart guy. Like,
No, I agree. I think that he would be the one more inclined. I mean, Daniel Grant has been talking about maybe trying it, but I think that, yeah, I think Gus would actually maybe do it. So,
I mean, I think with enough practice, I don't know. Maybe there's a good prop bet for full tilt. They could have some marketing out of that, having Gus Hansen play some 25-50 for a while. That'd be a pretty good marketing thing. I'd watch it.
do you think he'd show up to the prop bet?
Low blow. Low blow. I don't know the details. I don't know what happened with that.
It was so funny. I think I
Just
was chatting with you. Me and Brian Hastings did a live stream. It was supposed to be Isildur versus Gus Hansen, like some sort of showdown, and
yeah.
Gus Hansen just didn't show up. He just didn't show up. He's like, fuck it, I'm not showing up today.
Jake Cody turns up instead and gets crushed by Isildur.
Yeah, Isildur.
It was a bit of a. I got to admit, even as a full tilt pro, that one was a bit of a letdown. They've definitely done some better showdowns than that.
Yeah, it was kind of sad. I was hoping Gus would show up, and then it was like a sit and go thing. I love the idea. I like the idea. I like where their head was at with the idea. I just thought the actual specifics of the idea might not have been ideal.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about earlier, like I don't really watch much, poker shows or anything like that. But those kind of showdowns when they come up, there was one with like WCG Ryder against Source. I saw some of that, and some of the ones that PokerStars did a few like a while ago. I used to watch quite a bit of those. They're good. They're good fun, and especially if you get someone doing some fun commentary over the top as well. It's interesting. It's good.
I agree completely. I mean, I wish there was more fun things like that going on. I'm not gonna say what I was just gonna say. I want to say it, but I'm not gonna say it because should I say it? I can't. I can't say it. It's pertaining to something else, a similar type of a fun thing, a fun format of something. Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm done. Now I'm on tilt. I'm on tilt right now. I just tilted myself. Do we even have people in the watching comments? Is everyone watching right now just regulars from my live streams, or is everybody actual new watching from PokerTube and Poker VIP? I'm genuinely curious right now if there's anybody new out there. If you're new, say hello. I'd like to give you something. I'd like to give away something right now. Now, how much you're going to enjoy what I'm going to give away, that's up to you. But I'm going to give you something right now if you're in the chat, and I've never seen your screen name before in chat. But be honest. Don't fucking lie to me. If you're one of those passive commenters who never comment, don't comment now. But if you're a legitimate new person who clicked on here from, well, I don't think Poker VIP, those people would actually not know this exists because I tried posting it in the forums, but it wouldn't post. It kept saying 404 error. So, in actuality, no one for Poker VIP is here right now watching live. They'll watch this later on a replay, and then they'll be excited about the potential challenge to play. Play me heads up PLO. Well, okay. Guess I don't know. It's on delay, so that makes sense. Danny Stewart, what's up? He says, do you still golf? What car do you drive? How is Mia?
Who asked that?
Danny Stewart.
Oh, Danny, jeez. I'm good. I haven't played golf, in a couple of years. Mia's pretty good. She had a operation on her leg, so I'm just kind of like filling in with one of my friends that I haven't spoken to in like 5 years now. I don't know how interesting this is for everyone else. But yeah, I'm good. I'm living in the UK. Drop me an email or something if you want. I tried emailing you a while ago, but I never got a reply. So.
Nice.
Hit me up.
Hit him up. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, now we got the delays back on. Trent, you're not new here, okay? You just asked me if I sold out, for fuck's sakes. Just a live stream crew. I feel like just a live stream crew's here. All right, Maz Manu. Mars Manu is a new fucking player, a new person. I've never seen his name before. Michael Dillon, I don't think I've actually seen his name before either. You guys, so they like me to give away PokerTube stuff. They want to give away PokerTube t-shirts. Now I got to be honest, these shirts are actually the material's really nice. They're actually fun. I do wear it around because I just enjoy wearing something that says poker on it. Obviously, I wear my Eat Sleep PLO stuff around too. But if you guys get in touch with me on Poker VIP on the forums, you can reply in my blog thread. You can reply, message me. You can reply to my heart. You can reply to me through my mind. We're going to give you something away if you're new and you're listening to this. Mars, Manu, and Michael Dillon. Bam! I'm excited now. How long we have this right now? I'm trying to keep it under an hour because I don't want it to be in too. We got 6 minutes left. Okay, cool. Mark, can you think of you think of a
You
word
mean
of
you got 6 minutes left, and you don't know what to do, so you're going to make me fill the time for you?
well, kid, I mean, I'm a professional talker. I can go with a million subjects right now. We'd be talking for another 55 hours right now. I'm just trying to think. If you're a guy out there who's playing 1-2 poker at the casino, and you go to the casino and you lose your paycheck all the time. You go to the casino, you lose. You come back home. You go to work, you go back, lose it again. You come back home. I know there's people out there. This is you. You're a fun player, by the way. What's something that we could tell them to make them not do that? Because I used to be that person. And what's a couple of things advice we could give to that person? My advice would be, okay, Max, get in touch with me. Max, I got a PokerTube shirt. Post on Poker VIP forums, Max. Go log in. My advice for that person would be, I don't know. What would your advice be for that person?
Play smaller stakes online. This is kind of the problem with casinos. Because they have to charge so much rake for the floor space, the games have to be fairly big buy-ins, right? So, I mean, 1-2, like you're gonna, even if you buy in short, it's gonna be like an $80 buy-in or something. So, you can go online and play 5 cents, 10 cents. You know, make your money go a hell of a lot further. That'd be a good place to start. Bankroll management is something that took me a while to learn, but it's pretty important. I got myself in trouble a few times and ended up having to get staked pretty early on in my career. In fact, Go Muck, you remember the guy you had on, Chris Sparks? You had him on a couple of weeks ago. He was Do I
remember Chris? No, I don't remember.
Yeah. You don't remember that guy that you spoke to for like 2 hours? Yeah, sure.
I remember him. No, I've known for 5-6 years. I don't know. I don't remember him. No.
He was my coach and backer for a while, actually, early on in my career.
Nice. I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, dude's a legend.
I would say my advice to that person is, if you're an American player, you should try to play online. I mean, most people, like, they go to work. They don't want to go play one. They don't want to play 5 cent, 10 cent on Bovada. They want to get out, play 1-2 at the casino, but they just keep losing money. So it's about finding that balance. How do you get better at poker? Are you going to get better at poker going to the casino, losing your money at 1-2 to the high rake? It's kind of like, it's a bit of a sacrifice if you're out there. So you sacrifice that enjoyment of playing those stakes at 1-2 at the casino for the possibility that you start playing 5 cent, 10 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent online, 1 or 2 tables. You get better in a faster period of time. Yeah. Hopefully you can build up your roll. You have some extra money to spend. You're not losing your money all the time at 1-2. So let's say for a 6-month time period, you might be enjoying yourself more at 1-2 at the casino, losing your money, sometimes winning. But if you put in that 6 months playing online, slowly getting better and better and better at a faster rate, building up your money potentially, or losing less of your money online, at the end of that 6 months, you're going to be an infinitely better player. And I know for some people it's really hard to have that mindset where it's like, all right, well, I'm only concerned about this session this week, and you can't see 6 months down the road. But the actual long-term benefit to that plan is infinitely better, in my opinion, than just going to 1-2, donating to the rake.
Yeah, you've really got to give up like a little bit of EV is not the right word, but I guess a little bit of your enjoyment. Like if you enjoy that sort of atmosphere of going to the casino and gambling for a couple $100 or whatever it is, and that's a reasonable sum of money, you need to forego some of that enjoyment for a little while until you're good enough to be in that game where you're not losing a ton of money, right? It's okay to get some enjoyment, but you need to not be losing so much money that that cancels out all of your enjoyment. So taking the time and practicing at the small stakes online, and like we were talking about before with Poker VIP, they've got strategy videos up and stuff. You can watch their strategy videos. You'll learn a little something. I
agree, and they're free. IRC.
Dude, free strategy is amazing. If that was around when I came up, it would be a different story.
Yeah. Rem said, you said you've always been a winning player, Joe. I definitely have never said that, because I certainly have not always been a winning player. If you heard that, Rems, I love you. You're at all live streams, but you ain't listening, motherfucker. You say something like that. I definitely have not. I started off as a live 1-2 fish fun player who I'd go to work, I'd go with bartender, I'd go serve, I'd come to the casino, I'd lose all my money, I'd take the China bus back to my town, to where I live in Chicago, go to the casino, lose money, come back to the Chinatown, go back, lose, and back and forth. And when I started finally winning was actually when I started playing online, 5 cent, 10 cent. Now this is like a shock. I played some 5 cent, 10 cent, played some 10 cent, 25 cent, and that's when I finally started getting better and better and winning. So the advice I'm giving you is actually what I did myself. And it took me 2.5 years to actually to do it, unfortunately. But hopefully maybe we can cut that learning curve off for some of you guys out there listening, and you can take advantage of that yourself now and save yourself 2 years of losing money and people making you gambling books and your friends and family thinking you're a fucking degenerate who goes to the casino 10 hours a day and you got a problem. Strategy, baby. Strategy. Nukuya says, I quit my job on Thursday to go play a $20 buy-in tourney at a casino in Inglewood. What? I know you didn't do that. You mother. I know he didn't do that.
It sounds like the start to a film or something, or some like terrible story.
Yeah. LOL at playing NL10. See, that's the guy with a bad mindset, man.
You got to get out of that mindset, man.
That's a terrible mindset to have.
It's about playing a lot of hands, and you need to be able to play a lot of hands cheaply.
Right, playing a lot of hands, getting better. Yeah, it's having that, and a lot of people have that mindset. That's why the people don't really have success at poker. They don't have sustained, consistent success at poker, is because they have that mindset where it's like, oh, fuck that, I'm too cool for 10, 25 cent, 50 cent. I'm the man. I'm the best player in the world, and like. Until you're having success, continued success, constantly, month after month after month after month for years, you probably shouldn't really have that mindset. And even then, once you get to the point where you can have long-term success sustained over time, you realize that mindset's bad, and you try to get out of that mindset as soon as you can.
There's no room for egos in poker, man. You can tell the guys who've been around poker for a long time, those are the ones that they have no ego. You go and chat to like, maybe Ike Haxton or someone like that. He doesn't come across as like some super arrogant, I'm the best, in the world, whatever.
I'm going to disagree very strongly with that statement you just said, because I'm going to fire shots if I say anything else about this, but that's not true.
I mean, Ike maybe he was possibly not the best example, but he was the first name that came into my head, but you get the idea. And
that's a very bad example, because I'm sure he thinks he's a humble guy, but he's no. He's definitely not. Definitely, I would not say Ike Haxton is. He's a smart guy, good at poker, GTO king, but that type of person you just said, with not an ego, I don't think so.
Maybe Phil Galfond would be a better example.
Much better example, yes. Because there's a couple people I had on my podcast who, like, there's a lot of guys. Most guys I had on are, humble guys. They're not like, they don't have this huge ego. They think they're good at poker. They have confidence in themselves. You need that, but they don't really portray that image of like, I'm the fucking man. I got a fucking 18-inch cock, man. I'm ready to slap you in my face with my cock sitting down. Like these guys are, they're cool, man. They're chill. But what I've noticed is some of the people that I'm playing quite a long time, guys that used to play No Limit and maybe play PLO now or still play No Limit, those guys tend to be the guys with the big egos. I'm not sure why that is, but this is just what I've noticed. The guys that are those type of players, and especially tournament players. Obviously, tournament players got the biggest fucking egos in the world. These guys think they're the fucking best players.
Don't get me started on the tournament players, please.
He's fucking. Now I like some tournament players. Crown Up Guy, that's my motherfucking boy, man. I love Crown Up Guy. Won the W Coupe main event. That's my guy.
I don't have much love for the tournament players.
Yeah, I don't. But I've met some cool people from tournaments. I've also met some people I wish to never talk to again from tournaments. So. But yeah, we need receipt. What kind of receipt you need? Y'all bless, what receipt you want to see, man? I'll show you a receipt. Totally agree. Alexander, what's up? Totally agree, Joey. I won $1 with free rolls and started poker with that $1 and never lost it. And like, yeah, maybe 15 times that $1 is not going to go to anything, but being able to start off at a low point like that and kind of work your way up, I mean, that teaches you discipline. That teaches you how to work hard, because that process from getting to $1 to $10,000, that's going to be a lot of hard work. So if you can start putting in that hard work from a low point like that and work your way up, I mean, obviously everyone's different, but that's the approach I kind of advocate taking is, put that hard work in and start small, work your way up, get better naturally.
I think it's the only way to really make it in poker nowadays. I think maybe like 5-6 years ago you could probably be a little more shot happy and gamble it up a little bit more, but it's a tough way to make an easy living nowadays. It really is.
Hmm.
You really got to work.
I agree. Okay. Oh, so someone said he wants a receipt for Ike's lack of humbleness. Right. Whatever. I'm not even talking about. Who cares? I mean, some guys need to have egos. Some guys shouldn't be humble. You gotta have a. For some people in poker, like my boy WCG Ryder, that kid's got a big ego. He's not humble at all when he speaks or talks. But that's
I like Doug a lot, but he definitely got an ego when it comes to the pokers.
What's cool about Doug? He's actually when in real life too. He's really cool, man. He's not really like that. Like people might think in real life he's like some guy who walks around to like move out my way. I'm here. I'm the man. But he's pretty. And that's kind of what you find with most people when they're in real life. I think actually that I haven't met the right people who act like that in real life yet. I haven't met those people yet.
I think with Doug, like he's really funny, but in a short interview, it doesn't always come across as just humor. But yeah, spend a bit of time or talk to him, and he's a funny guy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's see how long are we at right now? I think we're at about a little over an hour. All right, well, let's wrap this up, Mark.
All right, cool.
Mark, thanks for coming on. Thanks for chatting up with us, guys in the live stream.
It's fun.
I agree. I'm gonna try using you for more stuff in the future because you're fun to talk to and you're smart. So it's always a good combination.
Sure, I don't mind.
All right, and guys watching this on delay, as I mentioned, the Poker VIP, I'm gonna choose 5 people posting the thread of the podcast thread we're gonna have in the Poker VIP forums. I'm gonna choose 5 people. We're gonna play a heads up, sit and go, best of 3. You win $50. You lose, you get nothing. But I'm gonna live stream those playing as well, and you can see my cards. And by see my cards, I mean I might show you my cards. I can't decide. But yeah, guys, for tuning in live, thanks so much. Much love to all y'all. I'll be doing a podcast with Joeingram1 next. Obviously, that's pretty cool. Joeingram1, we all love Joeingram1, and that's going to be either tomorrow or next Monday. And I'll post that on Twitter at Joeingram1. Mark is at Playing with Dreams. You can find him on my Twitter page. And Facebook group, I think most of you guys are members of that. If you're not, you can just Google PLO podcast. Actually, that can't even be right. I don't know. I can't titling right now. I'm not sure what the fuck it is. Just look it up. Go to my Twitter. Okay, go to my Twitter. Join me. And that's it. Mark, thanks for tuning. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
No problem, Joe.
All right,
thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
See you guys later. PokerTube.com. Peace.